weird things going on, mental health issues, hormonal issues, fertility issues. My weight got up to 350 pounds was the max that I weighed in. I didn't like to weigh myself, but my weight was horrible. So I ended up getting diagnosed in March of 22 with mast activation syndrome and hereditary alpha tryptosemia, which is a related condition. And basically, it's an immune system disease, and my mast cells release their contents, make me feel ill all the time, and then also have some acute reactions. And it can affect every single part of your body. So it affected my brain, my skin, my heart, my lungs, my joints, muscles, my bladder. It affected everything. And it was getting scarier and scarier as time went on, because it would just an acute reaction would happen seemingly out of the blue. And I'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden I'd tell my husband, I need to call 911. And that was really scary for my family. And so I got really, really bad in 2023, like May. And then I was nursing, and my brain was freezing. I was slurring my speech, couldn't get my words out, tons of abdominal pain, nausea, just head to toe. Always felt like I had the flu, heart palpitations, just everything was bad. Bladder would just release its contents randomly. And so I wasn't safe to work as a nurse. So I did have to go on disability, and I was deemed 100% disabled. Kept getting worse for a year. And then my husband said, carnivore, let's try carnivore. And it completely turned everything around. And I went initially beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, but then I realized that I needed to go a low histamine lion diet to really get those histamines out of my system, all the things that I reacted to. And that's when I really turned a corner. And so I have lost, now I use a body composition scale. So I have my two numbers. So I've lost 126 pounds on the scale. I've lost actually 152 pounds of actual fat. My mast cells are stable. I've obviously my skin. You've seen the before pictures of my skin. It was horrendous. Oh, you're gonna pull up my channel.
There we go. This is Lynn's
before
channel.
Pictures of my skin were pretty horrendous.
Look at that! Wow.
Yeah, I looked like a leper. But it's been amazing, because now I am, I'm on the leadership team with Healing Humanity, and Lindy and I have been doing live workouts. Coach Lisa guided us yesterday in our first chair workout, and I'm so proud of Lindy. And so we captured her image, and then we blew it up. And today we did our second chair workout, and she's going to do a total of 5 different workouts with us. So we're working out live, and because right now fitness is the thing that we're focusing on. And so Lindy and I are collaborating, we're supporting each other, and Lindy just rocked it. She absolutely amazed me. But it's been absolutely remarkable. And so I'm looking forward to the Tennessee meetup. And I know I'm not on the thumbnail, but I do get to share my story there. And
we gotta get you on the thumbnail.
There's not room on the thumbnail. I'm just kind of like a minor one, but
no, don't say that. Emma got really upset the last one we did. She wasn't on the thumbnail. She's like, I'm not doing this again unless I'm on the thumbnail.
Oh my goodness. Sure, it's cool to be on the thumbnail, but
turn it into a little diva.
It's kind of crowded. It gets kind of crowded on the thumbnail.
Right.
So,
right.
But
Lynn, your story is so inspiring.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to as many of these meetups as I can.
Right. So. I've had the pleasure of spending some time with your husband, Dave. He's incredible. So he told you about carnivore. Is it ever like, I imagine if Jen told me about carnivore, my initial reaction would have been like, are you crazy? On the other hand, I was kind of desperate and hopeless, so I might have listened. But did you have any weird, what are you talking about, Dave?
I had done it before. And so that's how he knew about it. But I thought it was only about weight loss then. I didn't know it was so healing. Yes. And so when he saw how disabled I was, and I was getting worse and worse and worse, could barely walk, couldn't really get out of the house, and was just all these suddenly I'm calling 911. It's scary. So he remembered, and he brought it back to my attention. And so I was desperate, because
Yeah.
all I could see in my future was being completely dependent on my family and becoming more and more crippled.
Mm.
And that scared me. Yeah.
I love what you said there, because that's one of the things that frustrates me about carnivores. There's a lot of people that think this is just a weight loss regimen, and it's
Hmm.
so deeper than that. That's why oh, Dr. Kiltz is on here. The whole team and Dr. Kiltz, all of us, we're going to go on Joe Rogan and we're going to talk about carnivore for
Yes,
healing, not for weight loss. People lose weight on
that's
carnivore.
right.
Who cares about that? For healing is what's so incredible. And there's just a lot of people, I think, that don't realize that. They just think it's a weight loss regimen, which
Yeah.
blows
And
my
I
mind.
preach this all the time as a nurse. I wanted to be recognized as a legitimate therapeutic diet because it is. And it just needs to be acknowledged. And so the doctors can learn about it and they can know when to prescribe it and actually prescribe this for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that we'll
Treat
get
the root
there.
cause. Treat the root cause.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Everyone go check out Lynn's channel at Midlife Carnivore. Lynn's incredible. She's on our membership site, healinghumanity.life. We got a promo code so you can get 50% off right now. And you can see Lynn out in Yuma too,
Yeah.
Tennessee. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Dave's going to be there too. And my daughter and son-in-law are coming.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
It's
We'll have to go
it's
do
like
some
every
cooking.
time they get a little bit better. It's like turning into a movement now. I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah. It's going to be
All right.
awesome.
Thanks, Lynn. Appreciate
All right,
you. Have a
thanks.
good night. Enjoy your time
too.
with your family. See ya.
Thank you.
Awesome. She's the best. All right. So for those that are jumping on, we just had Lynn share. If you want to come out and meet Lynn and meet Dr. Kiltz and meet Dr. Barry, Dr. Nelson, Coach Lisa, you can see it right there on the bottom of your screen, healinghumanity.movie/events. Or it's easy to remember. Just go to drkiltz.com. He's got all of the meetups listed down there. Speaking of drkiltz.com, Dr. Kiltz.
Oh my God. I got home from visiting the baby and being down in Sarasota for a little bit. And I was like, I'm missing Kerry and Healing Humanity. And I just checked in and you were just on. And I'm like, I just love the energy, and congratulations for one is the 300K and growing and sharing the stories. And you deserve a tomahawk steak for sure.
It was so good too. I just wanted to eat it, Dr. Kiltz. I just wanted to just throw it on the grill and eat it, but I'm like, I got to film this thing because it was just a beautiful, perfect cut of meat. Very cinematic.
Well, I cooked a tomahawk for Dr. Nelson and Scott Everson last night down in Sarasota. We had a day of podcasting. Jenny Mittich, Eric Berg, Ford Brewer, just some amazing people there that we were just getting a chance to tell their stories about healing. And it was just quite amazing. And the stories are more powerful than the science. And I believe that the Bible and the stories that we've been telling for hundreds and thousands of years ultimately carry us more than waiting for some scientists to tell us what to do. And I know for me, depression, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, migraines, bowel bleeding, hemorrhoids, kidney stones, arthritis, since I was a child. And it was through carnivore 15 years ago almost. I was like, wow, this is crazy, amazing. And now that you're sharing this, and I'm so grateful because I'm a groupie, and I just want to be, everyone here, we're all equal in this world. And your story, we're all meeting together, and these meetups are such a strong energy for us together to realize that, wait a minute, we're all suffering the same diseases, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And as a doctor who learned how to diagnose and treat a disease, but we never were taught, or maybe in our standard medical fields, we're just blind to the fact that it's the healthy recommendations of our diet that's actually causing most of our diseases.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last meetup that we went to, Dr. Kiltz, right before it started, a woman came in and she took me aside and she said that she was there because of a story, and it was Jeff DeProsperous. It was his story, and she was going through cancer, and she saw him sharing his story on YouTube inspired her to do carnivore, and her chemotherapy, everything improved just drastically because of that. And the entire meetup, all the logistics, all of it, I'm like, it's all worth it just for that one story. And now she's telling me she's going out and she's inspiring other people. She's getting her treatments with other people, and it's just ripples. It's just insane. I'm in love with these meetups. I wish we could do one every weekend. Maybe we're getting to the point. Maybe we will, but logistically it's tricky. But there's something about the stories that I've learned, Dr. Kiltz, is it's not just like we want to hear the stories. They want to be told. These individuals, they've gone through suffering. They have a second chance at life. Something's happened, and they want to tell that story so bad. So it's great to be able to be a conduit for that.
If you're afraid to tell your story, you must. And the beauty is, Kerry and Adam and these meetups, you'll listen to stories and you may not want to say anything, but eventually your courage will just burst out, and it may be a question because you're not there yet, or it may be a comment, or it may be, wow, look at me. We had Maya, who's 18, and mom, Casey, was there and telling the stories on how losing weight, energy. But Maya at 18 had terrible arthritis on all of the drugs. And simply by carnivore, it's like almost off everything. And soon I think she'll be off everything and she'll just know the way. But and Izzy Watson, ISSY Watson, 25, in Vancouver, Canada, sharing her story of the healing, same things, all the diseases that we're all suffering from are clearing up. And so the amazing stories that you and Adam, but again, it's all of us collectively are coming together and shining a light that your story is most important.
Yeah, I love that, Dr. Kiltz. Don't be nervous to share your story. Go on with Dr. Kiltz. Share your story with him. Share it with me. Share it with Adam. There's so many people where you can share your story. I used to get so nervous about this stuff, Dr. Kiltz. And at one point I realized I carry this with me everywhere. This is my Jeff DeProsperous sticker. So I'm like, every time I do something, I get a little nervous, like getting in front of stage at one of these meetups with 200 people staring at you. I think this is bigger than me. This is for Jeff. And then I think this is bigger for me because this isn't even about me. This is, you tell your story, I tell my story. That can help somebody else. So it's really about someone else. It's not about myself. And when I get nervous about doing things, I say that to myself. If I'm making it about myself, that's an ego thing, and it's not about me. It's bigger than me, sort of thing. So that really helps me.
And I think our anxiety, our fear in telling the story is part of the damage and disease that affects our brain. And I can tell you, I felt that way for so long. And as I went more and more carnivore, my worry, fear, and anxiety just sort of like went away. And that's the amazing part to this is, and I realized I couldn't read. I was growing up, I had migraines growing up. And I was talking to my older brother, Ray, who's 10 years older than I am, and talking about all these same type of problems and how we thought we ate healthy. And then I reminded him, well, we ate Wheaties and cornflakes and wheat bread. And yes, we did have bacon and eggs and all those other things, but we did have a lot of the other stuff. It was sort of like our primary, and pancakes and syrup and waffles and like that was like and biscuits and it's like and we had our jar. We had the big jar of sugar, the big jar of flour. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
always filling them up and making something with them and not ever really realizing. And then, you know, Coke was big and Mountain Dew. And I mean, I could have a 6-pack of Coke and like think nothing of it and not realizing that we're just been going down the road of disease and hoping that our doctor is gonna save us. The medical system, unfortunately, is hurting in the same way. And Jeff, I met Jeff, and I think there's a celebration coming up, and we keep on celebrating people like Jeff, my sister Marianne, my friend Dave. They inspire us because their stories aren't like, oh, they didn't make it. They did make it because they're part of our story on how healing is happening through Diana and Kaleidoscope and Sandy and Nancy and a Target Prime Rib and Wendy and Bill Knott. Bill, love Bill. Papa Carnivore. Go down the list.
Yeah, I love it. You think Dr. Kiltz, a lion in the wild doesn't have any anxiety or fear, right? That's
Zero.
one of the best things about carnivore that I heard from so many people. Life is so much better when you're not living in that constant state of anxiety. It's not normal. There's no other species on earth that does it. It's just humans that are eating the wrong foods.
And you know, I was thinking, I was walking down the sidewalk the other day, and there were kind of plants kind of in the way. Now, I used to ride a horse, Geronimo, and Geronimo, you'd be just walking down the trail, and he'd be biting and taking the plants right and left. When was the last time you just kind of grabbed some plants as you're walking down the road and eating them? Never.
Right.
Domesticated. Dr. Nelson said bagged, bagged, a can, a package that's not food. That tomahawk is food.
Yeah.
Those beautiful eggs are food.
Yeah.
And those little chicks that you're raising are making those beautiful eggs for you to enjoy.
Yeah. We got 25 baby chicks going. We're going to have a lot of eggs coming up.
Yeah.
I so appreciate you coming on, Dr. Kiltz. Everyone's got to go check out drkiltz.com. The homepage has all the meetups, but you have been putting out some incredible videos lately. Interview with Tammy Peterson. Go check that out on Dr. Kilt's YouTube channel. Incredible, really inspiring stuff.
We love everyone. Thank you for what you're doing. And everyone, thank you for just keep sharing and keep joining.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Kiltz. Love you, brother. Have a good night.
Love you. Love you. Bye.
Oh my goodness, we got the stars on tonight. I'm glad I did this again. This is exciting. Thank you, Dr. Kiltz. Everyone go check out drkiltz.com, his YouTube channel. He's been knocking out some incredible videos and interviews lately. You got to see the one he did with Tammy Peterson. So good. All right, should we keep this rolling real quick? There's 289 people on here right now. I just want to say, if you didn't hear the quick message, on the bottom of the screen, healinghumanity.movie/events, we have just a couple tickets left for Yuma, Tennessee with Dr. Barry, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson. Come join us. All right, let's keep this going. We've got Lance, North Dakota Carnivore. Welcome, Lance. How are you?
Doing good, Kerry. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'd love to hear your story.
It was last summer, back in June. I ran across a video on one of the social media platforms of a guy talking about the carnivore diet. I went down the rabbit hole. I watched you and the good doctors of the carnivore movement for a couple of months before I actually started. I wanted to get off my blood pressure medicine. I was on 5 blood pressure medications, and my blood pressure still wasn't under control. And I started August 22nd, 2024. I started the carnivore diet by having my wife bring me 4 quarter-pound patties from McDonald's. And she's like, what? So that's how I started doing it. Within 6 weeks, I came off of all 5 of my blood pressure medications.
Wow.
And I got off the last tube with my doctor's help. She wasn't happy about me doing carnivore, but my blood pressure was dropping, and I had to have the last two, which were on the max dose of what I had to step down off of those. And it was 6 weeks from when I started till I was done with them all. And it was only a couple weeks into it where all the little aches and pains. I'm 58 years old. I used to wake up in the morning and it took me forever to get out of bed. I get out of bed and I'm going right now. And that only took a couple of weeks to do that. It's so much better being on the carnivore diet. Just the whole experience of, waking up being pain-free for the first time in years. It's just amazing.
Do you look at the world kind of differently now that you've found this healing?
All the time. It's hard. It's hard not to look at it differently. My whole perspective of everything's changed. Looking at the food that we're eating, the food that's being served in different places, it's not real food anymore. Everything that people are eating is bad for them. Everything that we've been taught from school and through our medical and nutritional, it's all wrong. And it's just crazy. But one of the other benefits of the carnivore diet is the weight loss. You can't tell looking at me now, but I was 347 pounds not that long ago. On carnivore, I've lost 98 pounds. Today, I'm 237 pounds.
Wow.
So I've lost a lot of weight. I didn't do this for weight loss.
Right.
The whole thing I want to do is I wanted to get healthy. I wanted to get off my blood pressure medication. I've also helped my wife. She's reversed her type 2 diabetes. In September, when she did her labs, her A1C was at 15. She did them again in January, the first week of January, and she was down to 8.7. I don't know what she is now, but I know her blood glucose is running just over 100 to 120 on average is what the highs are. So her type 2 diabetes is going away. She won't admit that she's eating carnivore either. She said she can't do it, but she does it. And this is an absolutely amazing way of life.
Does you had a reason why you wanted to do carnivore or get off your blood pressure medication? You've lost almost 100 pounds, which is incredible. Has your why shifted? Do you have like a longer term goal now? Like, I'm going to do carnivore for a long time because of another reason?
Well, I've got 7 grandkids. I want to be around for them.
That's a good reason right there.
Yeah, I got 3 of them in the next room, right next to me here.
Wow. I imagine just being down 100 pounds and off the blood pressure medication, you're probably able to chase them around a lot easier than you were before.
I'm able to do a lot more than I was able to before. And I actually don't mind being around people anymore. I didn't like being around people before. I had really bad allergies. I've had allergies for the last 30 years. And last September, I stopped taking my allergy medicines. I haven't had to use them since. I used to have to take them 365 days a year. I don't take it anymore. I'm hoping it's starting to get nice here in North Dakota. I'm hoping that once the pollen starts coming around, it doesn't bother me like it has been because I want to be outside. So.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. I'm happy that your wife's doing it with you as well. That was what my why changed, was growing old with my wife. And then I started realizing that so many of these diseases we get in old age, like cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that, a lot of those are just from chronic inflammation from the foods we're eating. So the odds of getting those, I think, are drastically reduced, which is another sort of good long-term goal, I think, for a lot of people that we probably don't think about, because we're always usually doing carnivore for one immediate why reason. But I'm excited for the long term. We just had Dr. Kiltz on. I was going to say that he's been eating carnivore for 15 years. I met Coach Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. She's been doing it 16 years. Kelly Hogan's been doing it forever. Everyone I know that's been doing it that long, their energy is just crazy. I'm like, I want to be like that. So
Yeah, it's actually really it's nice listening to all those guys too, because they teach so much on their channels. It's just so wonderful to have this whole
Right.
community that's going on.
I'm with you on that one. I don't know that I ever would have learned of carnivore if not for YouTube. Like I would have had to have a weird neighbor doing carnivore or something. I don't know how I would have found it out. And that's the other incredible thing, because Lance, there's a lot of new people watching this. They think carnivore's crazy. They can't wrap their brain around it. Go watch some of these videos. Go watch Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Barry, Dr. Chafee. It's all free too. That's the crazy thing. Like this has changed your life. You're down 100 pounds. You're off all your medication. You didn't have to pay a dime for it. It wasn't some fancy weight loss program. You just had to watch some videos and learn from other people, from free information they're giving out because they're so passionate about sharing it.
Absolutely, and it's the easiest diet, the easiest thing I've ever done is to eat this way too. I never liked fruits and vegetables to begin with.
Right? I know. It's like, could be a lot worse. I remember when I was little, my parents would celebrate an anniversary. They'd go get steak. That was like a big treat. And now it's like, oh, I just get to eat meat all the time. Like, could be a lot worse things in the world. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lance, for sharing your story. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything you want to mention or shout out?
North Dakota Carnivore. That's
North Dakota Carnivore on YouTube?
Yes, sir. And
everyone,
that's all I do right now is just YouTube. I don't do other social media very much.
Good stuff.
I do a little bit on X, but I couldn't even tell you what my username is on that.
Well, everyone go follow. I'll do the same. I'm going to subscribe to you on YouTube. North Dakota Carnivore. Lance on YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing, Lance. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kerry.
Have a great night. Enjoy your time with the grandkids.
I will.
See ya. Awesome. That is 100 pounds is nearly 10-pound bowling balls. That's incredible. I got to find something here real quick. Sorry. Bear with me for a second. Oh, I'm going to get yelled at. Jen is texting me to send her something, and I don't have it here. Where the heck did I put it? Pretty sure I gave it to her. Sorry. I know this is very unprofessional, but for those of you that don't know, my girl's got in a car accident tonight, and my wife is asking me to send her some of the paperwork. There we go. We should be good now. Dr. Nelson, how's it going?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I was excited to see your face on here. Dr. Nelson, let me try to give you an intro. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were a family medicine doctor for almost 40 years. You've seen and treated hundreds of thousands of patients over your long career. And you've recently become so passionate about carnivore and healing people through nutrition that you've kind of switched careers a little bit to become the medical director at Kiltz Health, where you're kind of dedicating yourself to helping people find healing through a proper human diet. Is that pretty good?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The fact that you've seen hundreds of thousands of patients is just awesome to me. I guess it makes sense, but that's just crazy. You know your stuff after 400,000 patients or whatever.
And I want to point out that next month or 2 months, Dr. Kiltz will also be 40 years a medical doctor. It so happened I graduated 6 months before him, but almost we were in medical school at the same time. Who knew? And I had you heard him say he cooked for me. I little bit surreal. A couple of years ago, you move forward. Dr. Kiltz is cooking tomahawk steak for me. It was pretty
It's-
good too.
you gotta pinch yourself, right? Like, is this happening? When we were at that
Yeah.
last meetup, the girls and I had to run to Walmart, and Dr. Kiltz was like, "Can I go with?" I'm like, "Sure." So we were grocery shopping with Dr. Kiltz, and we're like, "Is this really happening?" Like, we're at Walmart with Dr. Kiltz buying eggs, and then he cooked us breakfast the next day with the eggs. So I still think, Dr. Nelson, I'm gonna wake up in a hospital, and Jen's gonna be shaking me and saying, "Okay, sure, honey, you just ate a bunch of meat, and now all this weird stuff is happening, and you're at Walmart with Dr. Kiltz." I'm sure.
Yeah, and here's some broccoli when you wake up from the from
Yeah,
the
right.
dream.
That's awesome. Well, Dr. Kiltz, you're incredible. You're a doctor, but one of the things I love about you most is you got an incredible story. Would you mind sharing a little bit of your story?
Yeah, I mean, that's what drove me to this. It wasn't doing any research. It wasn't doing. I already knew about keto and how to use it. Personally, I always advise patients on going low carb, especially if they have diabetes and related illnesses. Now I find out there's probably 50 or 60 of them you can actually treat with low carb, keto, carnivore. And when you realize that, all of a sudden, when you buy a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah.
And you have to, okay, wait a second, is this the right thing? But yeah, personally, my key point in going more strict, I was already doing very low carb, was when I was diagnosed with an eye problem, macular edema. And my daughter-in-law was pregnant with what now is our first grandchild. It's the only one we have. He's a year and a half now, but she was pregnant at the time. And I said, I got to do something to improve my eyesight, to improve my macular edema. And within 2 weeks, I had gone carnivore. After, one of the things I did was watching. It wasn't Dr. Baker, he's great. It wasn't Dr. Berry, he's great. It wasn't Dr. Boss, but I mean, all the doctors you guys know. That's not what convinced me. As far as seeing it, it was stories of healing. You're doing tonight. That's what I called it. Stories of healing. And seeing that particular one video that I think it was the first one I had seen of you interviewing Sean White, and the improvement with weight, depression, and other things. And that's when I took the jump. And I had to write it down, and I think my list is still incomplete, but reversed or improved diabetes, hypertension, eczema, seborrheic nervitis, nail fungus, plantar fasciitis, gastroesophageal reflux, leg edema, gastroparesis, chronic pain. Imagine waking up every day and as you're getting up, you hear snap, crackle, and pop, and it's not the cereal, it's your body that's doing that. Neuropathy symptoms still have some, but greatly improved. Strength on my right side because I had a stroke, and I could still tell my right side was weaker. I can't anymore. Both sides feel the same. I was on my way to a wheelchair. Spinal stenosis, which is still there. This doesn't sometimes change the structural problems. If you have arthritis, well, you don't have the pain. You may still have the degenerative changes on your back, but my eyesight has improved enough that when I went to renew my license just a few weeks ago, before my trip to where were you? We were in Austin. Before my trip to Austin, the day before, I got my license, passed the eye exam without my glasses. Now I have no restrictions. I've had restrictions for eyeglasses in my license since my early 20s. I'm off omeprazole, Trulicity, long-acting insulin, short-acting insulin, metoprolol, lisinopril, multiple non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agent, muscle relaxants, and I still think my lists here are incomplete. But if I hear the same story from any other one, that's amazing. Lance mentioned he's off 4 different blood pressure medications. And I would like to know where Lance is, because I have a connection with North Dakota. And that is that I spent the summer of 1991 in North Dakota for about 5 months, from April to September, in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And we know for a fact that my son, who is the one that have his son, my grandson. So that son was made in North Dakota. We're for sure. I have a broken shoulder from Wisconsin, by the way, which is my geographical connection to you, from 2004. Anyways, the stories. I mean, the first time I saw Dr. Kills was on your 24-hour, when he famously said, "It is the documented stories that matter." Yeah. And I had a connection with him immediately, and I met him personally for the first time when I went to Hack Your Health. Now I cannot joke too much about him because he signs the checks. So now I work for Kills Health, and we're doing coaching, and we're expanding our services. We're going to be adding levels. Stay tuned and go. Right now, it is free to join Kills Mighty Tribe, and it's always going to be free to join Kills Mighty Tribe. We're going to continue the free Zoom call that we do every Monday at 5:30 p.m. He's usually there. I'm usually there. We're having people in our morning lives. We're having people on our Monday meetups, and more are coming. We're gonna be doing an afternoon. I don't know when it's gonna start. It's gonna start soon, so I'll probably be live Monday through Friday, or at least most days on the week, offering you more content, inviting people, stories of healing, experts to teach us about it. But I think the stories are more important. Okay, this is why I took the jump. It was the stories, and I could talk about me and the accolades I've had throughout the years. That you don't care. When you see someone you can relate to that has overcome whatever it is, one of the most common things nowadays: diabetes, prediabetes, fatty liver, PCOS, infertility. When you see someone else who has improved enough to eliminate medications, get pregnant, all these stories. I mean, you have people in your channel that have reversed the effect of multiple sclerosis. Can we say they're cured? Probably not, but great improvements. People who were about to be or were already in wheelchairs, and they are now walking. Can I explain it with documented studies that prove beyond shadow of a doubt that it is, because carnivore is so miraculously the best thing ever? Well, I personally feel that way. I don't have much proof. But anyways, if you let me keep talking, I keep talking. Okay.
All right. I'll stop you for a minute because I got to show I got to shout out Kilt's Tribe, Kilt's Mighty Tribe. It's absolutely incredible. And drkilts.com. Amazing stuff. I got to show Dr. Nelson's your before and after. I just love this picture. This was when you came on my channel. If you guys want to hear more of Dr. Nelson's story, we did a hour 54. We went 2 hours. You were talking a lot that day. Normally I do an hour. There's Dr. Nelson's before and after. And then Dr. Nelson is on YouTube at The Real Dr. Nelson, as you can see right there on the screen, at The Real Dr. Nelson. So your before and after is incredible. I still want to see a picture of you standing in the one pant leg with the, and then we'll mirror your image into the next one because we could fit two of you
as soon as I can fit in half of it, I can already put it on, and you see what. But I saved the pants, and I'm still looking actually for the bigger ones because that's not the biggest size I had. Interestingly, North Dakota was the biggest I've been. It was 1991 when I think I hit 321 or 325 or around that weight, and my pants had been up to 56 size. I can fit now in a 38. Is that still big? You know, someone saw my picture in Facebook and said, "Oh, big deal. So you were morbidly obese and you're still obese." Okay. You know, I feel great, better than I felt in many years, have reversed a long list of things. And the main driver was I changed my diet. I wasn't even able to do much exercise. A few years ago, I had gone to the cardiologist. He did the whole workup because I couldn't even walk too long without getting short of breath. My heart was fine. It was in my heart. It was such deconditioning that I had from being that big and being unable to exercise. So most of that weight came off without exercise. And the first thing I added was walking, which if you can walk, at least that's the kind of an easy way to get some exercise, lift weights that are, you know, you can now go to the gym and lift 200 pounds. You can get a 5-pound dumbbell or a 10-pound. I have some 10 pounds and some 15 pounds next to my bed, next to my seat, you know, and then I lift my grandson, who has hit now 30 pounds. So
Right.
It's getting more difficult to do chest presses with him.
Whoever left you that nasty comment probably wasn't carnivore. They probably need to change their diet. They'll have a little bit of a better attitude. probably eating too many plants. Hey, Dr. Nelson, can we end this on a joke? Here, I can prompt you. Well, can we get you in trouble with your boss? Is Dr.
Sure.
Kiltz older than you or younger than you?
So I'm gonna do Doctor. Have you watched Dr. Ford Brewer? Dr. Ford Brewer, have you seen him? I think you're frozen on my screen.
Are we back? Froze up for a second there. I think we're back.
I hear you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I think we're good now.
That's okay.
I was just
He said,
you to
sorry, Lance said that he's from Minot, North Dakota. I was in Grand Forks for 5 months. Anyways, do you know who Dr. Ford Brewer is?
Yeah, I've seen some of his YouTube videos.
Okay, so his sidekick is Dr. Jesus Vega. And last week I got in touch with them, got them to have podcasts with Dr. Kiltz Friday. And Dr. Jesus was first, and Dr. Brewer. And he was telling us, we were talking a little bit before his recording, that Dr. Jesus Vega is 34. Dr. Brewer is 67. Well, Dr. Kiltz is 69. I'm 65. So Dr. Kiltz is much, much older than me. And Dr. Ford Brewer was saying that Jesus tells him, Dr. Vega, that he went to school with Socrates. It's just that Socrates was a better student, and that's why people remember Dr. Socrates. So I told him, well, Dr. Kiltz is so old that when he went to school, there was no history class. It was called current events. So he liked it. He liked it. And he said, I'm going to use that. And as soon as the recording started, he used it with Dr. Kiltz.
I love it. Dr. Nelson is also sidelining as a stand-up comedian as well. Really,
Yeah.
Our meetups have been so much fun because when Dr. Nelson gets up, it's always a good laugh.
So next week we're going to be in Yuma, Tennessee, and Dr. Berry's going to be there. I haven't met Dr. Berry, but I'm questioning myself whether I should joke about him because he's about a foot taller than me and lifts heavy things.
Yeah, he's a large man. When I had my picture taken with him, and every comment I got was, "Man, you're so short, Kerry." And I'm like, he's abnormally tall too. Like, give me a break. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there, Dr. Nelson. That's going to be a lot of fun at that meetup. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing. Everyone go check out @TheRealDrNelson. Check out Kilt's Mighty Tribe, drkiltz.com. Thank you so much, Dr. Nelson.
All right. You have a good night.
Appreciate you. See you later, buddy. All right. Sorry, we froze up there for a second. I'm glad it came back. I thought that was it for a second. We've got another speaker coming up here. Should we bring him on? Before I do that, 1 second, real quick. 337 people on here. If you have any questions, we're still giving away the Healing Humanity T-shirt. It looks like we have 35 entries so far. You have to post a question right now in the next couple minutes with #ribeye, and we'll do a drawing for that Healing Humanity shirt. And if you want to see Dr. Nelson and his stand-up comedy routine, see if he gets beat up by Dr. Berry. I mean, it'll be a good thing. There's a lot of doctors in the house. So that's in Yuma, Tennessee, next weekend. healinghumanity.movie/events. All right, here we go. We're bringing someone else on. You guys ready? Lash, how's it going? I'm so happy to see you. I think you're still on mute.
There we go.
I saw your face down there, and then the whole thing froze, and I was like, oh, man, I hope we don't get kicked off before we get to bring you on here because you've been waiting so patiently.
Oh, enjoy watching, everyone.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. I'm happy you're here, but I don't have any Kleenex nearby. Every time we talk, I get a little emotional. Your story's so powerful.
We don't have to go that deep today.
Hey, if it's going to help people, we'll go however deep you're comfortable going. But would you mind sharing a little bit of your story, your healing story?
Not at all. But first, congratulations on 300,000.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. But yeah, 30 years of psoriatic arthritis. Lots of crappy medication, steroid medications, with no help but thinner skin and more bleeding. And then when you quit the steroid creams, you have steroid withdrawal and your skin gets even worse. Experimented with every diet in the world. Yeah, at my worst, 90% covered in psoriasis plaques, bleeding, itching, scratching, depression. I was overweight. I was completely miserable. I was suicidal. I had suicidal thoughts for 30 plus years and depression for 30 plus years. And it's all gone. It's all of it. The chronic pain, the sleeplessness. Yeah. Short version.
Yeah. Do you mind if I show people the thumbnail?
Please.
I'm going to show Lash's. We got to talk a little bit about this big project you got going on. If you want to hear Lash's full story too, you've told it a couple times. You told it on my channel a while back. It's on my channel. 30 years of psoriasis, health, suffering, and depression, incredible reversal, or incredibly reversed, I think was the title.
Not even a year ago, right?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, this is crazy. Yeah.
This is, we got to talk a little bit about your project, but on this GoFundMe page, we can see your crazy transformation, your legs before and after. I remember the first time I talked to you and you were telling me like sometimes you'd pull the sheet off and it would just stick to your skin. It was just full of blood from the psoriasis.
Everything, my clothes, everything would, yeah. Man, I forgot about that part where you rip it off and it's still attached. Yeah. Yep.
I'm so glad you found healing. I've talked to so many people, Lash, and I don't know. I have a lot of empathy. It's like when I talk to people, I can kind of feel like, man, this person's been through a lot. And when I talk to you, I'm just like, you've been through so much. 30 years of just in a prison suffering with depression and horrible pain. But now you got a second chance at life. So that's incredible. And you're working on building this sanctuary for healing. Could you mind talking a little bit about that?
So yeah, I am trying to open the world's first carnivore healing retreat, where you can come and learn how to heal yourself in privacy of a secluded mountain retreat somewhere in the Rockies in Colorado. And I'd love to guide people who are alone and need a helping hand to get through this, because I sure as hell did, and I didn't, and I relapsed really bad before I went full lion, and it got really sick, and like I really wish I had a place that I could have went for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, a month even. So I'm trying to raise money to build that and dedicate the rest of my life to helping people change as much as I did. Damn it, here we go.
Here we go.
While
you're wiping the tears away, I just want to say I absolutely love what you're doing. I love the fact that you're doing it because you got a big heart and you want other people to find healing. You don't want people to suffer like you did. And I know it's going to be a huge success. I've personally pledged $500 matching if anyone is interested in donating, up to $500 if anyone's interested in donating to Lash's sanctuary that he's working on. I just posted a link in the chat as well. I can't wait till you get this thing up and running so we can come there and do a meetup. But I'm so happy you're doing it as well, because I could tell the struggle that you had to go through doing this on your own. And I get that comment from a lot of people. Sometimes they're not alone. Sometimes they have a spouse, but their spouse wants nothing to do with it. And their spouse is bringing in the food and they're not there for them. And there's so many people that's one of the biggest things I've learned during this journey, is that people that don't succeed is because they don't have that extra support or that extra community to succeed. So I think it's such an important thing. I can see it. It's happening. It's going to happen. I can't wait.
Reached the first $5,000 goal. That was my first goal, and reached it in under 3 weeks. So like for me, that's huge. Like I've never done anything like this. I definitely need some more help. I definitely, next time we have more time to talk, I need some advice from you. But I really think this can happen, and I think it's necessary. And there's so many people that it could benefit, and not just psoriatic arthritis or depression or anything like that. All the conditions, there's so many things that people could use a helping hand and a place to go and get away, and I'd like to offer that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about this the other day. I know we talked about this last time when I interviewed you, but I got to shout them out again. I don't know what it is, but it's like I just feel it's important to celebrate and shout out people that are doing the right thing, doing the good thing, like all these good doctors like Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Barry and all these guys. But the Peterson family, Man, I know you found this because of Michaela. Michaela was a big part of my story for my daughter, and then Jordan was a big part of my story when I heard him say on Joe Rogan, I'm off all my antidepressant medications and I've been off them for 1 year. That stopped me in my tracks with just horrible depression for so many years. I don't know who I was talking to the other day, Lash, but I was trying to do this little exercise, like reverse engineering this and just trying to like wrap my brain around the ripple effect of the Peterson family. It's insane the amount of healing. And when I'm talking about healing, I'm not saying, oh, a whole bunch of people like lost some vanity pounds. Overcoming psoriasis,
Like, no,
overcoming
like,
depression, like
lives
horrible.
saved. Like,
Lives saved, yeah. Second chance at life because of the
Yeah.
Peterson family. I just wish you could calculate that and just see like, okay, Dr. Barry, Dr. Kiltz, Michaela Peterson, like those numbers are just astronomical, especially when it's like compound interest. When you count the fact that Lash found healing, you're starting a sanctuary, people around you are healing, then those people are going to heal.
right?
Crazy.
It's
It's a
amazing.
beautiful
Yeah.
thing, though.
Yeah, so Michaela is she's an angel, and the whole Peterson family. You know, Jordan had psoriasis too, so like, you know, I also heard him talk about that as well after listening to her. So yeah, I owe them my life, honestly, and like all these new muscles, and
You're looking
I'll be 50 this year. Like
Oh man.
I feel like a whole new human being, and that's all I ever asked for was like 1 day of that. Like I asked for 1 day of feeling normal, and I prayed that every single day. And now I have like a whole life to look forward to of being normal. So like if I can give that to other people, yeah, let's the mission.
You're gonna break me down again here.
I'm breaking myself down again.
No, it's just funny how you said that, because that when I had the depression for so many years, I had that same wish just 1 day, and it was exactly like you just said it there, Lash. It was, I just want to be normal. I don't want to be ecstatic with joy, because I know that's never going to happen. But just the people that are just normal, right? That aren't like thinking about dying every single day. I want to do that just for a little while.
Yeah.
But just like you, it's not normal, right? It's the opposite end of the spectrum from that hopelessness. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah. This is way better than normal, like I think could ever have been. So yeah, man. And I gotta tell you, I just ate the most delicious Wagyu burgers that I just made ever. Oh my god.
Nice. Yeah, I ate good today too. I had that tomahawk earlier. That was incredible. That was a treat.
I bet.
Of course, I can't do anything without filming it, but it'll be in a video coming up because it was such a beautiful cut of meat. I'm like, I got to get some footage of this thing. It's going to make some memories, but awesome, Lash. I'm so happy you came on. I'm so glad you're sharing your story. You know what's crazy too? I didn't really say this, but man, this was like an all-star cast of carnivore open mic night. We're going to be filming Lash for our series. We're doing the documentary. We're doing the series. We've already filmed Dr. Kiltz, who was on earlier for the documentary. We're also filming Lynn, Midlife Carnivore, for the series. And we're also filming Dr. Nelson, who was just on before you as well. So we got a whole, this wasn't intended that way, but it's pretty awesome. Because these are such powerful stories, right? That's the whole purpose of the series, is to get these stories out and hopefully reach millions of people. And like, you found this healing, Lash. I found this healing. That's the only negative of it, right? Is you see all these people needlessly suffering, hopeless depression, psoriasis, other issues, but so many people suffering depression. It doesn't need to be that way. Need to be that way. And it's not like they're choosing it. I really believe, I had no idea. I never in a million years would have thought, I just got to eat some meat, just got to eat some food, and I'm going to cure all that. So I'm not going to stop till we get this message out to everyone. People, at least they don't have to do it. You don't have to do carnivore. But if you're hopelessly depressed like Lash was, you should at least have this tool in your toolbox. And I never had that tool in my toolbox. I never had a clue that this was even a possibility. So, best tool ever. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, what's better? And delicious. Yeah. I'm 747 days today. Oh, awesome. And I'm like, I'm not hyping it up. Like if I go eat just a regular burger patty right now, every bite of it, I'm like, this is a blessing. This is amazing. I'm not making it up. I like my body's craving it. I eat it. I feel great. I want for nothing else. It's that's the frustrating thing with carnivore too. When people say, I could never do what you do. And I'm like, it's literally the easiest thing in the world. It's like, are you going to eat steak? That's not that hard.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, I wouldn't want to be sick again. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing too. The other comment I get from time to time is, oh, Mr. Perfect never cheats. And it's like, if you saw what I was doing before, or you experienced what I was doing before, you wouldn't even be considering it either. It's not that I'm trying to be Mr. Perfect. I just don't want to go back to where I was before, on my hands and knees, begging for any sort of relief. And now I have the relief. I'm going to go eat some junk now. Like for what? This doesn't make any sense. So,
absolutely.
well, I could go on ranting about stuff forever, but
I know.
I really appreciate you, Lash. Your story is incredible. Everyone go check it out. I posted your GoFundMe in the description. Everyone go support Lash. It's amazing. There's so many things out there where you could support something. And it's like, is your money going to something good or bad? Like when you're donating to cancer research, for example. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of that. But when we're talking about this for Lash, we're talking about something where it's going to a good cause. It's going to help people. Your heart's in the right place. So I'm really excited for that. Everyone go check out Lash. You're on Instagram too. Where else can people find you?
Instagram and Instagram and the GoFundMe and Instagram. I don't really do much. I'm working on YouTube. I'm trying. I'm nervous. Like I'm shy about this whole thing. I'm still getting used to this. Getting in front of the world and like, yeah, but I have to, so I'm doing it. But yeah, it's nerve-wracking for me still.
Yeah, I hear you. Just remember, I know this is kind of a dumb way to say it, but just when I get nervous, it really helps me just thinking, this is bigger than me. You're telling your story now because there's someone out there with psoriasis on their 29th year of suffering with depression, just like you were. You're telling it for them. When I think about it that way, it helps with the nerves a little bit. But I'm with you too. I'm very anxious a lot when I first started doing this too. So I'm with you. But I appreciate
everything you do for me, and I hope to see you very soon, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lash. Love you, brother. Have a good night.
Good night.
See ya. Awesome. What a lineup, man. Incredible. Everyone go check out Lash. What do we have? Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, Lance from North Dakota, Lynn, Midlife Carnivore. What a lineup. All right, I'm going to give away that Healing Humanity shirt here in a second. I'm so sorry. Some people were texting saying, are the girls okay? The girls are okay. I'm sorry if I left you with a cliffhanger there. For those of you that joined later, crazy day today. The girls are all okay, though. But this is Emma's car. And that happened just a couple hours ago. That happened just before we were supposed to open the theater. She was on a road and she was turning left and she stopped because there were buses coming. She was going to turn left, so she was waiting for the buses to go by before she could turn left. And someone on the road, the speed limit's 55, they hit her and they swerved at the last second, so they caught the side of her car. Thank God, because if they would have hit her head on in the back, my daughter Katie was in the back seat. And the girls all got a little bit of whiplash and a little bit of a headache. So first they were like, they're fine, but maybe they were in a little bit of shock. During all of this, I didn't know all this was going on. We took the girls home. We came to the movie theater. They were all fine. And then they called and they said, let's just go to the doctor and get checked out just to make sure they don't have like a concussion or something like that because they were having headaches. So I was just talking to Jen earlier. They're doing well. They're going to get checked out. Better safe than sorry. But thank goodness that it wasn't worse. And thank goodness no one else got injured. Craziness. And then we came to the movie theater and the movie theater sold out. It looks like a bomb went off up there. My daughter Lily's upstairs right now, managing things, I hope. I'm going to see if there's any questions here. Hashtag ribeye. I apologize. Normally Jen or someone's helping me with these, so I haven't been reading these. So hopefully I can, hopefully you guys put a QQQ. If you got a big question and you really want an answer, post it right now again with hashtag ribeye and a QQQ. And I'll do my best to super turbo answer it. And then we're going to give away a Healing Humanity shirt. And if anyone's interested in joining our membership site, healinghumanity.life, We had Dr. Ed on, Dr. Baker on, Dr. Kiltz on. We got breaking addictions calls to help you get over your food addiction. It's only $15 right now for your first month. It was 30, now it's 15. Proceeds go towards the documentary. We have a lot of people in the membership site finding healing, and that's the goal of the membership site, to provide you with that community, that extra support. It's like a big social network like Facebook, but for carnivore and for healing, along with a ton of Zoom calls. We do about 12 Zoom calls a week, so it's been pretty fun. HealingHumanity.life, link in the description below so you can get 50% off. And now I'm going to try to answer a couple questions. Carnivore coach Lisa Pickert, by the way, is incredible. She's amazing. I'm going to always shout her out. She's helped Jen and so many others. She's working with Lynn right now as well. Find a path to healing. I don't know anyone more passionate about this than carnivore coach Lisa Pickert. Lifeback System is her website, and she's going to be speaking in Tennessee. Lots of comments here. Lots of comments. $333 people on. Oh, I think we got one more story to share. One more story to share, and then we'll take some questions. Hashtag ribeye if you have a question. Maybe repost it, because I am frankly lost in the comments now. There's too many of them. Oh, there's one. Hashtag ribeye. Let's see if there's one more here real quick. I've got all my friends are coming on tonight. I got a lot of good carnivore friends. Becky, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Let me try to get.
I'm doing wonderful. I'm
Good. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me okay? Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I
coming
hear
through
you.
now.
I'm at an Airbnb and I'm
It's a
outside
little
and we were
slow. I don't
driving.
know if your internet's going a little slow. You're freezing up.
I think
Yeah,
it's
maybe
very
try
slow.
outside.
Can you hear me?
It's coming through. Yep, a little laggy, but
Okay. I don't know the passcode to this place. Can you hear me still?
yes.
Okay. Well, my story is I started carnivore because of other people that had lost weight. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to get on this bandwagon, lose some weight. Ended up, I before I started, I could barely walk. I had sleep apnea. I had snored like crazy. I had skin tags galore, which are actually insulin resistance. I had psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, fibroids so badly that I was going to get a hysterectomy. I was severely depressed, suicidal depression. And within 3 weeks, the depression lifted. The first week I was able to walk, my pain just eliminated. I have a lot of nerve damage, but it's basically healed up. I've lost 60 pounds. I've maintained that 60-pound loss. I've started August 23rd of 23, so I'm 580 something days in. And all I can say is praise God. Jesus and carnivore is the reason that I'm here today. I truly believe that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Jesus and carnivore. And people like Kerry, Mann, who get on here every day and just have a heart of gold, that are working so hard to change people's lives. And I just pray those out there that are listening, getting on the healinghumanity.life site is a joy. It's an everyday experience. There's always something to do on there. There's great people in this community. I think it's one of the best communities out there. And I just enjoy it.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Your story is incredible. And when you say 3 weeks with the depression, that's so powerful. So many people suffering. Like, I just think when I was so horribly depressed, if I would have known there's something, wait, in 3 weeks, because when I went on this, Becky, I always show these. When I went on these antidepressants, they told me 3 months before we even know if it's going to work or not. And then I did the pills for 3 months and it did nothing. And then they're like, we'll just give you more. And now here you are 3 weeks into carnivore and you're having relief from your depression. It's just incredible.
It's I learn every single day. I'm just doing nothing but research because I've come up with all the questions you always get. The whole, how does it, I've learned about the insulin resistance. I learned a lot about that, the cholesterol issue, the, all I have to say is I've tried everything. And this is one thing that is the easiest thing on my heart, my mind, my conscience. It's something that I desire to do, to always be healthy, to make my family a better people. I don't judge them when they want to eat a cheeseburger with a bun. They know better, and they will eventually, in their timing, make the right decisions. I myself do the best I can to keep sugar out of the house. I make them more keto foods. That's what I feed them because I can't consciously feed them anything different. So they eat very well. There's a lack of vegetables in my home. It's just green beans pretty much. But otherwise, this has just changed my life, and I will never go back. Um, I've just been blessed beyond measure. I just want everyone to feel this good. It is an amazing feeling to be so close to the creator as you can be in this. That's how I feel. My brain fog is so gone. My mind I feel like I'm working on every cylinder that ever existed in my brain is working. And I could not imagine going back there. Tonight I was at a birthday party and they had lots of meat, which was great. There was actually a couple carnivores there. And, there's also birthday cake, and they're like, "Aren't you at least a one bit want it?" No, I didn't want it.
Nice.
Never again. Yeah.
That's
Not worth it to
amazing.
me.
Right?
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful thing that you are closer to God this way as well, because I've heard that from several people, myself included. It's just like when you have that we have the depression and everything, but when you have that brain fog and you're just not thinking clearly, it's really hard to just be there and be present for anything. So,
And I've
that's the part
also added a lot of good things in my life. I always get up bright and early. Just it's a natural circadian rhythm I have now. I get up early. I always make sure first thing in the morning, even if it's dark, I go outside and I see the natural light before I look at anything unnatural. And I like to watch the sun go down, at least go see it for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm grounding. I walk around my yard barefoot, step in chicken poo every now and again, but that's okay. And I'm still just eating beef, pretty much just beef and butter. Today we went out to breakfast and they didn't have any options, so I had a Philly cheesesteak omelet, and I was apprehensive of having it at all, but I ate it, and the only non-carnivore stuff in it was onions and bell pepper, just a few of them, but it didn't affect me at all, so that was a blessing. Because I thought about picking them out, and I thought, I'm not in a cult, I can eat
right.
this if I want to. So that's another thing with people. I've also learned a lot of compassion. In the beginning, you get kind of, you become a zealot, and you just think that your way is the way, or everybody's got to eat this way. But as long as you are eating a ketogenic diet and you are in ketosis, I believe that you're doing the right thing, whether it be adding vegetables or whatever, low carb. But do your research on vegetables because they affect a lot of people. Oxalates, lectins, it's so terrible for you. I was drowning myself in oxalates and lectins with my green smoothies every morning, and I was plummeting myself into my grave, really.
Right. Absolutely. Well, Becky, you have a YouTube channel, at Jesus and
Yeah.
Carnivore. Let me show your YouTube channel here real quick.
I need to do more. I'm going to definitely do more on there. I am going to do that.
Well, everyone go subscribe at Jesus and Carnivore to follow Becky's story. Oh, that's cool. Your pictures from the Montello Theater meetup.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
we're
like,
freezing up a little.
oh no.
Oh, I think we lost Becky. Becky, if you could still hear, I don't know if I think Becky's internet was a little slow. Thank you so much, Becky, for sharing your story. Everyone go check out Jesus and Carnivore Becky. I was just saying her picture is from the Montello Theater meetup. It looks like we had Diane in the picture, JT, Dr. Kiltz. Oh, that was a whole bunch of fun. Thank you, Becky, for sharing your story. Incredible. 3 weeks. I just saw Amy in the chat say that she overcame her depression in 3 weeks too. I didn't overcome my depression in 3 weeks, but I had a noticeable, whoa, this is crazy moment. And I've heard that from so many people. So if you're suffering from depression, anxiety, things like that, Carnivore may help you. My screen just did something. To pair with phone, make sure you're showing passkey. My computer's freezing up on me here. Are you guys still there? My screen just turned off. Wow, we're having all sorts of issues tonight. Okay, I think I'm back. We're gonna give away the Healing Humanity shirt, and hopefully we won't have any more technical issues. My apologies. You know what I think it might be? We have a sold out Montello movie theater above us. They're not using the Wi-Fi though, but maybe the Wi-Fi's messing things up. I don't know. I've never had issues like this before. Let's give away a Healing Humanity t-shirt to hashtag ribeye. I'm going to do that real quickly before we lose anything, and I'll see if we can take a couple questions. The winner of a Healing Humanity shirt Barbara S. Congratulations, Barbara S. You have won a Healing Humanity shirt. You can claim your shirt, Barbara S. Right here. I'll put it on the screen for us. healinghumanity.movie/giveaway. healinghumanity.movie/giveaway. Barbara, you can go there, fill out the little form, and we'll send you a Healing Humanity shirt. Thank you to everyone that posted your questions. And let's see if I can take a couple questions here. We got a new member. Thank you for that. Dana's asking, is this live now? Yes, it has been live now. Tupaya King, when is your documentary going to be ready? I should do a video on this because I keep getting this question. The documentary, we filmed 45 interviews. We're filming Dr. Barry in a week. We have about 4 left after that. And then we're going to be doing post-production through the end of the year. And we're hoping the beginning of next year. We've also working on a series where we'll have an episode for each major health issue. We've already filmed a whole bunch of footage for several of those series. We could have a whole cancer episode done right now. Our editor's editing as we speak. He just finished the Bill Knott 45-minute episode. He's working on the Jeff episode right now, and then he's going to be working on Maggie after that. So we're on track early next year. I know that a lot of people are excited, so I get this question often, so I appreciate it. I get the question sometimes too where people are like, why is this taking so long? And I'm like, it's really not taking long. A normal documentary takes a couple years to make, usually costs a couple $1 million. We're doing it for a fraction of that. And our documentary is different in that we're following people over the course of a year. So that takes a long time when you got to wait a year between filming someone initially and then after. So that adds to the whole time frame. But we are really excited with the incredible stories we have. And in just a week, less than a week, precisely a week, we'll be filming Dr. Ken Berry on his farm. That's going to be exciting. Wendy, thank you so much. $2 super chat. Then will you do Carnivore en Espanol? Spanish. We're hoping to make the documentary, if that's what you're asking, available in multiple different languages, including Spanish. Can the carnivore diet help with fatty liver disease? 1,000%. Absolutely. And we got carnivore coach Lisa on who talks about the liver all the time. But yes, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert, but I would mortgage my house and bet every penny in the bank that if you had fatty liver disease and you did a true and proper standard carnivore diet, it would help your fatty liver disease 100%. On the Journey asks, do probiotics matter on a carnivore diet? You know, that's a very interesting question, and I am not a doctor. I'm not an expert. And I don't think the doctors, frankly, know the answer to this question either. But the good carnivore doctors might, but not the regular doctors. I don't know the answer to that. I can say that the majority of people I know, myself included, have gone almost their entire carnivore journey without probiotics. I go back to first principles. And first principles are whatever humans have done since the start of time, that is what is best for humans. Whatever we've been doing, our ancestors did, our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents did, whatever they were doing, that's what we should be doing. The problem with that, though, is over the last 100 years or so, we have so much environmental toxins and poisons and antibiotics and medications that have wrecked our guts, that there's bacteria missing from our guts that all of those former ancestors that I just mentioned would have had. That could be important bacteria in their guts that could be helping with their immune system, or all those downstream effects from the gut. And all disease begins in the gut. So in my brain, it's like there could be, in the same way that someone would say, why do you need magnesium if carnivore is so perfect? Well, you need magnesium because the world has changed. Since the beginning of time, all our ancestors, they had magnesium. They would drink water from a well or a puddle that had magnesium in it. Now, man has somehow, in our brilliance, managed to ruin water. Like, how could you ruin water? Could you imagine? Like, what did you do? How did you figure out to ruin water? We figured out how to ruin water. Throughout history, water trickled down through the ground and through the rocks, and it picked up minerals like magnesium, and then we would drink it. And then we would have magnesium. Since the start of time, we don't have that now because man has ruined water. In the same way, we've ruined our guts. So maybe some probiotics could help restore some of that gut. So I don't know the full answer, but that's my logical thinking on it. Target Prime Ribeye. Do you think Adam would want to interview me? Adam, shout out Adam Carnivore Today. I'm sure he would. He has a forum on his site. He's very, very, very busy, but I'm sure he would 100%. Reach out to him. If you go to carnivoretoday.com or at Carnivore Today on YouTube, I think he has a link in his description with a little form you can fill out to share your story. Marilda, how does a person who donates know Healing Humanity gets the donation? Well, if you donate to the GoFundMe, every single penny from that goes 100% to the documentary. I don't know if that was your question. If you're donating somewhere else, then I don't know what that might be. But if you're a member on my site, if you're a healinghumanity.life member, if you buy shirts from us, if you give me a super chat, every penny from all of those goes 100% to the documentary. I'm 2 years into this now. I haven't taken 1 penny of donations. I haven't paid myself anything. All of those donations go towards it. If you're asking, like, if you donate to the GoFundMe, I don't know what you're asking. But if you go to donate.healinghumanity.movie, that'll take you right to our GoFundMe where every penny goes towards their documentary. Question on Facebook from Jesse. I got a friend who just started carnivore. He has MS and he is on a ton of meds. They just did surgery to put a pain pump in his back to administer meds, and he is worried. He wants to know how long the carnivore flu will last and what to expect medication-wise, like how it may affect him and his meds. Well, that's a tough question to answer because it depends if he's coming from the standard American diet right into carnivore. That can be tricky because it can mess with your gut biome, gut bacteria. You can be in the toilet. You can be going number 2 for a while. Some people that lasts a couple of weeks. It really depends. Now, the good news is it's temporary, and once you get over that, that goes away forever, and things become a lot easier. What to expect with medication-wise, it's hard for me to answer that. My best advice would be this. There's several people with MS thriving on carnivore, people that have reversed their lesions and it's actually documented in the medical records. A couple people Dave Mack has interviewed. Dave Mack is awesome, by the way. Shout out Dave Mack. Over 1,000 carnivore interviews. I had Diane Ladd on my channel. She's from Boston. Her YouTube channel is, I think it's Diane Ladd Boston Carnivore. But if you check my channel, you can find that. So search it for MS. You could reach out to her too to ask more questions if you have specific questions. It's probably better for your friend to talk to someone who's been through MS and who's been on medications for MS and what to expect there. My buddy Amy Haspel, carnivore created in secret. Her depression was better in 3 weeks as well. That's incredible. I interviewed Amy earlier this week. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing your incredible story. Talk about incredible stories. My goodness. Amy Hasp has an incredible story. She's an incredible person. She is amazing. She's writing a bunch of the children's books alongside Lynn. That video will be live on my channel in probably a week or 10 days. Rich LeBoy gifted 20 Homestead How memberships. Thank you so much, Rich. I really appreciate that. Every penny from that goes towards the documentary. And we do a members-only live stream for our YouTube members every Thursday at 3 Central Standard Time. And those have been a lot of fun. We've been doing those since the beginning. Let's see if there's any other questions here real quick. For the person with a friend with MS, do carnivore, do carnivore, do carnivore. If Jen, God forbid, was diagnosed with MS, well, she's already doing carnivore, but you get my point. If my closest loved one that wasn't doing carnivore right now was diagnosed with MS, I would 100% tell them to do carnivore without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. I have heard so many stories of that. There we go. Carnivore Coach Lisa. Carnivore totally helps, if not fully healing MS. I've heard it over and over and over again. Just tell your friend, do it right. Commit to 30 days strict carnivore. Don't mess around and I did carnivore for 6 days. No, I'm going to have a cheat day. Don't do that. You can do 30 days strict carnivore. You've got a serious issue with MS. It'll be so much easier if you stay strict and stay true for 30 days. All right. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Sorry for some of the technical issues. I got to go upstairs and clean up a bomb that went off in the world famous Montello Theater. We sold out the Minecraft movie. For any of my local friends and family that are watching, if you didn't make it through the doors because we had to stop about 30 people, we're playing the movie again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Doors open at 3. Come early. Please come early. Don't come at 4 minutes to. That's crazy. Don't do that. Come on. You can come a little earlier. I appreciate everyone coming out and supporting the theater, though. We have, I did a video the other day. Jen and I did a live stream from the movie theater. A lot of people got a kick out of it, really enjoyed it. If anyone wants to learn more about the movie theater, I had a couple people say, do more movie theater videos. We've done a lot, actually. If you go to montellotheater.com, that's our website, montellotheater.com, there's a whole playlist with all of our movie theater movies. And we just filmed another one the other day that's going to be added to that playlist in about a week. And we had a couple of people ask about this. Jen and I personally, out of our own pockets, we donated $500 so that the first 100 veterans would be free. And then we committed, veterans will be free forever at Montello Theater. We're going to just keep adding to it. Well, then a bunch of communities started adding to it. We had a campground there, did a meat raffle, and they raised $1,200. It was an incredible blessing. So veterans are free forever at Montello Theater. If you know a vet, we love vets. I honor vets. I'm so thankful for all of our amazing men and women that have served the country. Veterans are free forever at Montello Theater. Come on down. What's my point? Oh, we had some people that are like, I want to give it's $5.25 for a ticket. We had some people, they said, I want to pay it forward. I want to pay for the next vet. Well, if you want to do that, you don't have to. We've got plenty in there. But if you want to do that, you can go to montellotheater.com and you click pay it forward. You can put $5.25 in. Every penny from that will go right to the next veteran that comes in. And we've been having a lot of vets come in, especially with movies like this. You wouldn't think so because it's Minecraft, but they'll come in with their grandkids. Look at movie for $4, and then they get a veteran. We got white tickets for the veterans. We do check ID to make sure, but veterans will be free forever at Montello Theater. So long story short, if you guys want to watch more theater content, I know I've been getting a lot of requests for that. montellotheater.com is the website. I'm thankful, grateful, blessed for all of you. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And there's not going to be one next Saturday because I'm going to be in Tennessee filming for the documentary. So thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Beep.